Hey, readers, listeners, book lovers, you know who you are. Your old pal Nick Sal here. And today's a special day because it's our channel's birthday. YouTube has just informed me. I didn't know that. So this is the time of year I started the channel. And the project began back in 2020 with just wanting to record some classic stories that I had grown up with that moved me as a child, and wanting to get those out to some siblings, nieces, and nephews and things like that, just to kind of keep everybody company and find a way to hang out when we were all staying apart. And then I realized people were reading, and then actually, I'm sorry, I have to give credit to my brother, Vin Sal, who owns a channel called High Tech Hero over on YouTube as well, who encouraged me to go ahead and put the videos up on YouTube if I was going to make videos and share them out. And I was able to connect with all of you folks and to meet tons of people who appreciate these authors. They grew up with these books. They read them as well. And that was important to me because I'm not trying to take anything away from any of these authors and publishers. I realize this is copyrighted material, reading some of these classics. That weighs heavily on me, but I keep doing it because I don't really make a penny from doing it. And I feel like I try to do it naturally like this, just record myself reading like anybody who owned a copy of the book would read it to you. And I leave all the flubs in. I just try to keep it natural. A couple people reading to each other. What's wrong with that, right? Is one way to look at it. But as the channel has picked up steam, we've now hit 500 subscribers, by the way. So there's 500 of you folks who subscribe for instant alerts when we put up additional chapters. And we haven't stuck with the same author either, or the same genre of book. So I really appreciate there's a number of you who just like to hear me read stuff, I'd like to think, or some of the commentary I throw in there. That's what your feedback has been. And then there's some people who haven't subscribed who just want to get pure audiobook content. Then I'd say go support the authors and get the pure real deal audiobook, right? But if you just want to hang out with me and read for a little bit, one chapter at a time, one video at a time, I feel like that doesn't hurt anybody. I hope that doesn't hurt the authors, because I feel like most of you folks are fans. You already own a copy of the book. But I'll say this, if any publisher or author ever runs across my channel or sees this video, I will absolutely take your videos down if you feel that that's a problem. But I would love to then still discuss with you or the publisher how I might still honor and celebrate your work through reading, which I feel like is like kind of my gift to give to YouTube. Is I feel like I'm a good reader, good narrator, or at least I'm passionate about it, willing to do it. I like to read stories, do the voices and stuff like that. So anyways, that's where I feel like I'm at this milestone. I've been doing this for a few years now, on and off, been motivated by the fans and the subscribers and the comments that you've all been leaving. We've gone through at least a half a dozen books and more to come. And I really do want to respect that this is all about the fandom and enjoying the act of reading together and listening to a good tale well told and maybe discussing it here and there. And mostly I'm glad to hear it's mostly for academic value as well. These are books that like I read in school. So we got that going for us. But if there's any concern about copyright infringement on behalf of the authors, the publishers, or people just concerned about that, I'd love to discuss it, because I realize we're in kind of this gray area in this era of YouTube and publishing. But again, thank you all for the people who we have 8,000 plus watched hours of this content. We have 8,000 hours of listening to Nick read to people, which I think is just crazy cool. I'm really honored by that. And then also we got something like 16,000, 17,000 views across all of the different stories and stuff like that, all the different videos in the last 28 days. So I watch it. It's fun to watch. Kudos to YouTube for letting all the data be available for me to be able to see, and making it so easy for me to be able to engage and interact with all of you around the books, the stories, the characters, the authors, and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep doing it for the time being, when I can. I try to put an hour or two into this every week, and because it's rewarding to get the response from all of you. And I'm going to probably not go deeper into series, because I also, again, want to encourage people who get turned on to a book to buy more of the books in the series if you haven't already. It just feels a little bit more honest to me. But I'll try to do a broader swath, maybe the first book or so of popular series that were read to me when I grew up. Anyways, I welcome your folks' feedback on my thoughts about the copyright piece. It does loom large in my mind here. The types of books I've been reading, or anything about my approach up to this point. I would love to hear your thoughts on where I should go from here, because it's you folks, the fans, and the people in the community that have spurred me on here. And then also getting a reaction out of this and being able to use these videos with my kids. Being a dad, it's just, that was the big motivator too, is to have content around even when I'm not around. You can still hang out with me. We can still enjoy a good time. All right. So thanks so much for watching and for supporting, and stay tuned for more storytelling to come.